keep failing. Your failures, everybody else has failed the same way. Everybody's been there. If you're not failing, honestly, you're just not trying.
And you should be like excited about those failures also. The only way you learn from anything is through the failures.
Let's go, guys. We're here. We're back again for a new episode. And on this one, we're going to be talking about Naphtali Rosenberg, who went from creating music videos and being a cinematographer to starting his own YouTube channel. And in 10 months, I think it was, growing to 30,000 followers. And, we're here to interview up-and-coming people and CEOs and brand owners and go towards the future of marketing. So here we have Naphtali Rosenberg. Thank you for coming on board with us today.
Of course, man. Pleasure, bro.
It's a pleasure having you. It's been, I haven't seen you in almost 10 years.
Me and him went to the same high school. And, I think it might have been like 15, something like that, honestly.
Yeah, maybe. Probably 2010.
Yeah.
Wow, we're in 2025.
Crazy.
Almost 2026. It's wild. But... let's talk a little bit about you and how you started in let's start in getting into like the whole cinematography field, camera, action, artsy. What got you into that? Because I don't remember that from high school, but.
Yeah, sure. So I went originally in college for business management, but then I took an editing course and I'm like, oh, this is incredible. This is super fun. And it was kind of just like a hobby on the side. Then I bought a camera just to be able to have more content to edit. And after that, though, little by little, I started doing more music videos for friends. I got paid for my first gig, and I was just like, oh, man, I can get paid doing this. This is so much fun. This feels effortless, fills me full of energy. And I'm like, okay, I want to keep doing this. And little by little, just kept going down that path.
So you enjoy what you do?
Yeah, incredibly so. Like, it doesn't feel like...
College actually helped you.
Kind of, yeah.
There's very few people I know. I mean,
the one elective class, did introduce me to something.
That's the better part.
Yeah.
The elective, not even the main.
Right.
So then you went straight into corporate, or what was your path afterwards in working?
So I was doing any type of more towards the creative side. So I started off doing mainly music video. I did a documentary program abroad as well, and I was doing narrative films, documentaries, so a little bit of everything.
That's a broad range.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, if they needed a cinematographer, I was down for it.
You're just trying to get everything.
Everything, but still less so marketing and corporate, and more so just anything that was on the creative side that sort of spoke to me, that could play around with images.
And what's your favorite one so far?
Favorite so far?
Like what do you enjoy shooting the most?
I think I still enjoy, and it was a dumb career path to go down to, which is why there's been pivots, but I still enjoy music videos. They're just...
It's more fun, for sure.
Fun, and you have just full creative flexibility. So the artists you're usually working with other artists, so they're creative as well. And then just anything you want in a music video, it doesn't have to be linear, it doesn't have to follow a storyline. You don't need it to convert as far as promoting a specific product or service. So just anything that comes up in your mind, you can kind of throw it in there, and the artist's like, yeah, why not? Let's do it. So it's fun, yeah.
And there's the craziest shit these days.
Oh no, I have some stories, trust
me. Crazy shit. But all right, so you started a little bit corporate. You went into shooting a bunch of content all around, and you found a certain area that you like. But then now you're branching into content creation for yourself and creating your own channel, correct?
Yeah.
Now, what brought you there?
Well, first, during COVID, like business was super, super slow, and I ended up getting a job with a corporate video production company, and I was there for about 3 years, and then I moved to Mexico after that for a while.
Boom. Moved to Mexico.
I went back into freelancing, and then just when you're freelancing and you're back into doing your own thing, you need to get out there in front of the public eye. And that was just one of the paths I decided to use to promote myself, and it ended up going extremely well. And so it's just little by little kept on building, and the momentum felt good, and I've just been shooting on the YouTube channel since.
So the same lens that you can use for art can be used for business, and it's all about who's behind the lens. Moral of the story there.
100%.
And you're teaching, great lessons to people. I see some of your content. You're helping other cinematographers, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Where do you think you're gonna, what's your view for growing the channel overall as you grow? Because it's obviously you need to pump out content as well. So what do you see as the path for the channel overall? Is it gonna stay focused in cinematography? Are you gonna start incorporating marketing, business? What do you think?
I'm allowing it to be flexible, and just with my Instagram, it's primarily based on cinematography and behind the scenes stuff. But on the YouTube channel, I kind of just approach it with whatever problems I'm dealing with at the time that I've learned how to fix, or just things that I think could be useful for other freelancers in general. So it kind of shifted from cinematography to just other forms of productivity, mindful productivity. I speak a lot about journaling on the channel as well. And so it's open to a whole bunch of topics, and I just try not to restrict myself and be able to talk about whatever I want.
Got it. And what would you say is your biggest point to staying creative in regards to idea for what you're posting? Because getting those ideas of what to post, and creating the content is so complicated, honestly, just thinking of the ideas. And a lot of people overthink all the ideas of what they're going to post, which is a huge setback for most people, especially when they say, I'm sure everybody's done this, that they say that this year I'm going to start posting more content and I want to have my own brand and my own face. But after 2-3 weeks, they drop out. It burns hard. So what keeps you going? What keeps you going with the ideas?
I think as far as ideation, main thing is always starting with the problem, because if you have a problem, chances are there's going to be other people that have a similar problem that you're dealing with. So just making sure that you're actually doing things in the world, and then just coming back and reporting on what you're doing. If you don't have enough topics to talk about, you're probably just not doing enough in the world. So what are you doing? What did you fail on, or what went well in whatever experiment you're running in the world at the moment? And you should always be running a couple. And then based on the findings from those, just reporting back, okay, this worked for me, this didn't work for me. And you should always have content to talk about.
Failures are great content. Your failures, everybody else has failed the same way. Everybody's been there. If you're not failing, honestly, you're just not trying. So keep failing. Eventually you'll win. That's honestly, for me as an entrepreneur with multiple companies, I've had many failures. Thank God, a couple successes that were very good. But that's all it takes. You got to keep trying. This world will keep batting you down, and you got to keep coming up.
100%. And you should be excited about those failures also. The only way you learn from anything is through the failures.
I got so many lessons. So many lessons. But let's talk about, honestly, what are some of the failures that you could say, give us one example of something you can say you grew from in either the art or the business side, whichever one you want. Or give us one-on-one if you got.
Sure, yeah. I would say, this is more general, not a specific instance, but just sometimes you go down a path that maybe won't give you the best returns, but because you invested so much time into it already, you're you almost don't give yourself the option to look at other things. So I feel like I kind of, with the music video path specifically, where I don't feel like it's the clientele that has the best budgets often, and I kind of walk down that path, I feel like a little bit too long, when there's so many other avenues that I could still be creative, I could still enjoy, but I could work with opportunities that have bigger budgets. So I would say that's probably one of the biggest mistakes that I've made. And yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you're still young, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Still got a lot more to go. Now, is there ever a time that you can say that you had a clash between business and art and your creativity? Has that ever happened to you? You've just been free-spirited the entire time?
There's definitely the free spirit that's always battling with the idea of just doing what works. as far as like from a financial aspect. And yeah, no, I still deal with that on a daily basis. And it's sometimes you say no to projects that would be good for you, but it just doesn't match with where you see you could best add your vision to the project or anything like that. So it's, yeah, all the time. It's just always trying to find that path where I can still get what I want out of life, but do it in a way that feels like authentic and natural.
And staying freelance, I'm guessing.
Yeah, staying freelance and building things more digitally, I think, in the future. Yeah,
100%. Well, you're building the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Which, YouTube isn't luck. YouTube is psychology, it's consistency, it's purpose. There's a lot that goes into it. Honestly, I just started dabbling into YouTube myself, and it is a whole separate beast to conquer. Now, you brushed on that your YouTube channel is talking about, mindfulness, productivity, self-help, self-maintenance per se, journaling. Why for you are those big topics to talk about?
I feel like for me, like specifically those topics of like mindful productivity and journaling, they've just been when like I said before, like I try to start with the problem when creating videos and say, okay, what problems am I dealing with in my life and how have I been dealing with them? And often it comes down to maybe procrastinating on things or just not being as productive as I could be, or maybe not chasing down the right path. And the things that have consistently helped me the most is finding out how I can allocate my time best. And journaling has been a huge beneficial tool that's helped me in those regards.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I couldn't agree with you more. I started journaling and I wouldn't say necessarily so much journaling per se, but jotting things down.
Mm-hmm.
And it's helped me a lot since 2025, honestly. So I highly recommend that for most people. Especially if you have a lot of things going on in your brain, you just need to take a moment to put it all down because your brain will get overloaded at some point. Unless you're Elon Musk. Kudos to that man. But what would you say is like some misunderstood or things that creators that you're seeing in your same niche that they could be doing better, going into 2026?
As far as like working through YouTube or just
working
in general?
through YouTube, branding yourself as a whole. Like, what would you say for you has worked as branding yourself? Because now your YouTube channel is, your face, right? So how are you going into branding yourself, and what do you think you can do better and other content creators can do better going into 2026?
I think one mistake that I see a lot of people do that I was doing at the beginning, and I'm getting better at addressing this as I move forward, is making sure that you're reflecting, and journaling is a great way that you can do that. But sometimes people just think it's all about volume, and especially on YouTube. YouTube's more of a quality game than a volume game, where I see people trying to pump out like 3 videos in a day or a video a day, and that can be good at the beginning when you just want to get information on what works and what doesn't. Yeah. But once you realize what starts working, you need to reflect on, okay, what were the videos that did the best for me? What didn't do well? Look at the analytics, and don't just aimlessly throw things at the wall, but see, okay, why did this work? What went well, and how can I do more of that?
That I couldn't agree more. That's some Gary Vaynerchuk stuff right there. Gary V's the man. But so for you, how many? Do you know how many videos you've uploaded up till now?
It's probably about 150.
Damn, that's a lot.
Yeah, well, I started off with like a challenge to do 100 videos in 100 days. To get that initial information, just of what works, what doesn't, what does an audience want to hear from me. It was, it was a lot
of content.
And so the bulk of that was in the first 3 months.
Wow. Okay, yeah. And how long have you been doing consistently?
Probably about 10 months now.
10 months. And you're at, you said 30,000 followers, right?
Yeah, just hit 30,000 this week.
Congrats.
Thanks,
it's
bro.
It's a huge milestone. It's a huge milestone. I hope to get there one day. But so you've seen your audience. Would you say that you're male-dominated, female-dominated? Are you...
It's probably 60% male, 40% female.
Got it. Is cinematography mostly
male-dominated? Yeah, for sure.
For sure?
Yeah.
Wow. And you're living in Mexico, Where's your audience mostly based out of, though?
It's super mixed, super mixed.
Super mixed.
Yeah. It's like the highest percentage I have of any country is like 10%. So it's
Wow.
there is no like majority country.
All right, so
really.
you're speaking to the world.
There we go.
This
Yeah.
is great. That's why I love YouTube also. YouTube has the largest audience base in the world, which is fantastic. Have you ever consulted for any companies for their YouTube pages?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah. I started speaking to a couple different marketing agencies, and then a separate business, and just how they can grow their channel. And it's been a fun avenue that I want to continue exploring.
I feel like that would be huge.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of companies, we're just getting started because of the whole, we need to get out there and have the content out there and the name out there. But a lot of companies don't know how to get started. I wasn't exactly sure. I, did some research and looked into it, and ChatGPT's the man, and convinced me to start getting into doing this. But since we started, we've gotten a lot more business. And it's, I think, really beneficial for companies to start getting involved in creating content. But I would love to hear your opinion on what do you think could be the difference between branding for a brand versus branding for a person? Like that's both on an arts level and a business level.
Sure. So branding for like an individual versus like a company.
Yeah. I mean, even for me, branding a brand on YouTube sounds interesting.
Yeah. No, 100%. I think I think personal brands are a lot more powerful than company brands when it comes to social media. So you'll have like a Logan Paul with Prime, or just so many of the biggest companies are, even if they have a big team and big infrastructure behind them, are run by one person as the face. And I think they should continue to just treat it as if it's a personal brand and let the CEO talk, or if you have someone else that wants to be camera facing. But I think still treating it like it's personal and dealing with it on the individual level is the strongest way to go about it.
Guys, he nailed it right on the head. Personal brands are the future. Everybody is hating all the fake shit in this world, and especially with AI coming to the forefront, people want to connect with a real person, and people want to follow and trust in that person. So getting your content out now and creating space around you and a group of people that follow you now is huge for the future, and brands will come around you in that regard because they need your face. So get to the forefront now. Naphtali is already 30,000 steps ahead of everybody else here, so congrats.
Thank you, man.
But I just touched up on AI. I feel like AI in your space is growing the fastest by far. I mean, between image creation, video creation, I'm sure you saw the Sora thing that's going viral right now. These are all crazy techs that are coming out, and it's changing the game for the video creation space in general. But like, what's your thoughts in how that can both positively and negatively affect your industry?
I mean, negatively, it's taking a lot of jobs, of course.
Especially on the editing.
100%. Yeah. Positively, it's just there are a lot of things, like you said, with the editing. If you're someone that's not strictly an editor, there are a lot of things that you can offload to AI that maybe wouldn't be as enjoyable. You can also, I don't recommend fully trying to replace yourself in the creative process, because I still feel like I haven't seen pieces of AI art that really connect with someone that have like connected with me fully. But I think using it in places like ideation, or using it with maybe if you write the whole thing out on your own and then you use it as an editor for ideas, using in small portions can be effective for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like even for this clip, for this podcast, there's Opus Clip, which like will literally just take your podcast and cut it into 30 segments. Obviously, it's not as professional yet as most editors, but it's crazy what you can do. And for YouTube specifically, that's huge though. Like, so you can literally be in your garage filming and you can do everything yourself as a one-man team. I saw a post on Facebook. This guy runs his whole company with 20 AI bots. It's insane. So like, it's scary for what's coming for the future a little bit. But I think the personal brands is going to be the wave of the future. I think also sports teams, I think, are going to become more localized, meaning there's going to be more local games within inner cities. And I think we're going to start slowly stepping away from sports teams like the NBA. Because, I mean, I'm sure, have you seen 3v3?
Yeah. Ice Cube's league.
Yeah, Ice Cube's league. Like, that thing's growing like crazy. And now there's a bunch of pop-up leagues. There's also, like, all these, now they have the, what's the new tennis game? Everybody's playing in Miami.
Pickleball?
Pickleball.
Yeah.
And, like, they're growing with these huge leagues that are all inner city. So I really think that that's going to be the future because people can relate to the tournament in their city, and they can relate to these people that are growing up in their area. They're not huge superstars that don't give a shit about anybody. You know?
Sure.
But that's a whole nother topic for another day. But if somebody was listening right now and wanted to become more intentional with their time and focus, where do you think that they should start, especially when it comes to growing out their channel and their personal brand?
If they want to, anytime that you want to look at becoming more focused, it's less of an addition thing and like a technique, and more just subtracting. What can I say no to? So I think a huge thing is two different things, is creating a no list. So things that I'm not going to do, at least specifically for a certain season. I'm not going to do these actions during this time.
Shit, I got to do this.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes it's not even just the things that are vices or bad things, but competing goals that are taking away from your main thing. So creating, at least for a season, a no list where you're saying no to everything but your main thing. And then also using what Charlie Munger calls inverse thinking, where once you're starting something, let's say it's a YouTube channel or a business venture or whatever it is, you want to write down everything that is that could be anything that could lead to a failure. You want to write that down and then try to do the opposite of that, or just avoid that. And instead of just thinking, okay, what can I do? There can be infinite things. You know, specific things are going to make you fail, and just staying away from that can lead to success and making sure that you're focusing as much as possible on what you should be.
Couldn't agree more. My wife would 100% agree with you on the listing the no's, because I've taken on way too many projects, and it's very hard, especially, we got another baby on the way also. So it's very hard to manage 7 companies now, while also now bringing on the YouTube channel. It's a lot, but honestly, so far I like the YouTube creation the best. So, and it's growing us naturally, which is great. So that's where probably I'll keep my focus for now for a little bit.
I think YouTube's the most powerful when it comes to connecting to an audience.
Yeah.
Because they spend so much time with you. Each video is an hour, each video is
Correct.
20 minutes or whatever it is, or on Instagram it's 30 seconds, TikTok's
You're
lucky if you get 2 seconds. Yeah.
Wild.
Exactly.
I start seeing like the video time that people have watched, and you're like, this is insane. People don't watch anything anymore. But it's really going to be hard to see what the next generation is going to be. And right now you're obviously seeing a huge shift in the country with regards to a fight for difference of education, and bringing education also back home, which personally I'm a believer of homeschooling to a certain extent. I mean, we went to school together. I don't think that there's much that we've really learned in middle school or high school.
Maybe just that we should homeschool our kids.
Just that we should homeschool our kids, 100%. I mean, our school was called camp, so I'm not even gonna say the rest of it. But it was fun. It was fun. I'm sure it gave us some creativity, though, right?
And I feel like the people we were around, they weren't the worst people either. I feel like
They
everyone...
weren't the worst.
Right. I feel like everyone's doing cool things, and honestly, there's some value of that in school as well, just who you surround yourself with. And I feel like everyone's kind of doing interesting things, so at least we're kind of around interesting people. The actual curriculum, yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah, that one I don't know about that. But what I do know is the next generation of filmmakers won't need Hollywood. They're going to be in their own basement filming. And that's going to be the game changer of where I think the downfall of Hollywood will happen. And you're going to have, I mean, streaming. Streaming's huge. Streaming is, I don't even know how people do it, honestly. That's like 24/7. Live streaming everything.
No, crazy, yeah.
And I feel like that's also the next, for the younger generation, where they're going to be going for everything. Like, that's going to be the movies. And what are those stupid shows called where they like follow people around there with their lives?
Just reality shows? Or?
Yeah, reality.
Yeah.
Like, but now it's 100% live, real.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of it's still fake, but it's crazy. I have some, I guess, follow-back questions. If you could go back to early days, what would you do anything differently?
Yeah, definitely. Change? Yeah. Like I said before, like I probably I would have chosen a different niche that probably had access that was still creative and still fulfilling, but access to people that consistently had bigger budgets. I think I walked down a path too long, so I probably would have switched niches. And then I probably would have started actually posting content a lot earlier also. Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I think everyone's saying that. Yeah.
Everybody's saying that. 10 years ago, I had like 30,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I deleted that account because I was like, it was bad. It was back when I was a personal trainer in New York, so I was like building an audience like that. But it is what it is. Have you, for your personal brand, have you run any advertising on it, or you just grew that all naturally?
Just fully naturally. Yeah.
Fully naturally.
Yep.
So when you did the 100 for 100 day, the 100 videos in 100 days,
mm-hmm.
what growth rate did you end up seeing? That was 3 months, right? Yeah, 3 months.
Yeah, about 3 months. It was relatively. I think the fourth video I posted is still the most popular video on the channel right now.
The fourth video.
The fourth video. So within the first, I think I recorded 7 videos in one session, and one of them is at like 1 million now. So it was actually very quick. Like I got monetized, I think within the first month that I made that commitment.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
That's huge. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I pray to the big man that I can do the same thing.
That's the crazy thing, though. It's like it's just one video.
Just one video. Yeah, one video.
And it consistently brings you in a new audience every single day. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many people that have blown up on one video.
Yeah.
The Hawk Tua girl.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
Honestly, congrats to your success. Congrats to where you're going. Do you see yourself building a business out of it? Maybe for coaching or for even just, are you doing it more so for also getting clienteles for your freelancing?
Yeah, it's definitely like I try to promote also the fact that I am a cinematographer and I do video production and push people towards that. But there's no real, with the channel specifically, just specific goals that I'm going after. I'm kind of letting things naturally unfold. I'm open to different monetization options, but it's not, I don't want it to feel like I'm forcing anything down the audience's throat, and I kind of want them to occur naturally. Like if I see people requesting, oh, we'd want more of this, we want to support you in this way, and then provide it that way instead of making it strictly a channel that I'm pushing content with the idea of converting them into customers.
You're building a relationship.
100%, yeah.
Are you only doing it on YouTube, or are you doing it on other channels also?
Just YouTube right now.
Why?
I get super distracted easily, and I'm just like, okay, let me.
You got to start journaling, my friend.
Yeah, right. No, I find social media in general I don't know, just make the quality of my thinking worse. And for whatever reason, YouTube, I don't feel that. Maybe just because it's to an audience that isn't my friends, and I'm not thinking about how I'm being perceived, and there's less of the observer effect. And Yeah, I just find from all the social medias that I've posted on, YouTube doesn't feel like it distracts me from the rest of my life. Or Instagram, TikTok, short form, for whatever reason, it feels busy for some reason.
I feel like you would like it better if you started using Meta's business suite, because YouTube, why it's different is you're not uploading it directly from the app. Probably you're doing it online,
Sure, yeah.
and it's a YouTube studio. There's like no other content really there. It's just your back end that you get to upload your stuff in, so you don't get to see anything else that's gonna, mess with your brain. TikTok is gonna destroy your brain. But Facebook Meta Business Suite, you can do the same thing and upload all the stuff there, or you can use an app called Metricool, which is very good for just scheduling your content, and you don't even have to go on the platforms. And I think that's you got to get it. You got to do it. Unfortunately, it's part of building the brand. You got to eat and do all the platforms and get everything out there. You already have the content.
Yeah, sure.
You have 150 fucking videos. So,
I just feel like, I don't know, right now, like it's going well with YouTube, and I feel like if I start spreading myself too thin in other social media avenues, like it would take away from just the momentum and the quality that I'm pushing out, and just focusing on one avenue and continuing to walk down that.
I would love to challenge that.
Actually, I do use Substack as well.
Substack,
great. 100% recommend it.
I was not expecting that of all the things you're going to say.
Yeah. No, Substack, it's like Patreon, essentially.
Yeah.
But it's like a newsletter as well. So it's...
That's cool.
Yeah, so it feeds the content, where it's like if I'm writing a newsletter weekly, I can turn that newsletter, and especially ones that do well, into YouTube videos. So it kind of like fits my content funnel already as well.
Are you going to build... You should probably build yourself a website too, no?
Yeah, I use like Stand Store as well.
Okay.
Kind of
So
as
you already
like...
have a page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Facebook page doing LinkedIn? You doing LinkedIn?
Little by little, no.
Little by little?
Yeah.
LinkedIn, no?
For the YouTube specifically, no.
But for freelancing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because LinkedIn's growing massively.
Oh, 100%.
It's crazy. I never would have thought that at all. It's the cheapest place to advertise now also.
Really?
Yeah, it's the best bang for your buck, especially B2B, because costs for ads are so cheap. So.
And the audience that you're talking to is actually an audience that can spend.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the targeting features on LinkedIn are also very, very unique that I personally really like when you're doing B2B. So you should look for that when you're looking for clients too.
Sure.
But honestly, thank you for coming on board today, and I appreciate you coming on and joining the channel for today and letting our audience hear some of the stuff about cinematography and business and building a YouTube channel. But before we end, thought we would do some shots, not drinking, but quick fire shots for your take on some of what you believe in for your preferences on shooting and YouTube and all that. So you're just gonna spitfire. Ready?
Go for it. Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite camera lens setup?
I don't think the camera setup matters much, honestly. I think lighting and framing is what's a lot more important, and the story actually being told, so it doesn't matter to me.
Wow. That's strong. A lot of people would hate you on that. There's a lot of good Sony people. What's the most underrated YouTube creator out there?
There's this photography YouTuber that I really like called Eduardo Ortiz. Really, really good channel. If you like photography. Eduardo Ortiz. They can figure it out.
What one book that changed your life?
So many, but I think most recently the one that's giving me like the biggest paradigm shift is Naval Ravikant's the Almanac of Naval. Really good.
Almanac of Naval.
Yeah, 100% recommend. You would love it.
What's it about?
He's like an angel investor, but just a really outside of the box thinker. And it's just his ideas on wealth, happiness, and just life in general.
I love it.
Yeah.
I will read it.
Really, really good.
I'm so bad at reading, though.
Audiobook it.
I got to do the audiobooks. I've never done one. I got to try it out. One thing every creator or creative should do each day.
I think writing in some way, you'll end up coming up with new, interesting ideas, and figuring out where you should allocate your attention and just reflecting. I think like a journaling habit for anyone, I think is huge.
Journaling is your number one?
Yeah, definitely.
I'm going to go for meditation.
Nice.
Define success, in your opinion, in one sentence.
I would say freedom to do what you want, when you want, while helping the people that are around you.
Amen. I love it. From the heart. Guys, that was Naphtali Rosenberg. A reminder that behind every great brand is someone who knows how to tell a story. Whether it's a lens, a journal, or a YouTube channel, it all comes down to how intentionally you live and create. And be real and be true. And just tell it as it is. Keep the failures on the screen. Everybody fails. You're bound to fail. But it's how you react afterwards and what you take from those lessons and create. That's going to help you succeed in life in the future. So give a round of applause for Naphtali. And you can find him at, what's your YouTube channel?
Naphtali Rosenberg.
Naphtali Rosenberg for all your creative needs and all your creative ideas and journaling. And thank you guys for being here. So click subscribe down low and stay tuned for the next episode.